Welcome to Kiro Tarakai's The Early Critic. This is the first The Early Critic in video format, in fact. In the role of a critic, I'll take a look at both the good and the bad of an upcoming game or product, both the praiseworthy and the criticizable. In this video, I'll be talking about Kirby and the Forgotten Land, which is only a few days away from release. After 30 years of puffing through Dreamland in 2D, Kirby is finally going 3D. That is quite an exciting change. Kirby and the Forgotten Land was revealed back in a Nintendo Direct in September 2021, and its release is rapidly approaching. Thus, let's take a closer look at the latest adventure of the Pink Puffball. Earlier this month, Nintendo released a demo of the game which lets you play 3 levels from the first world. The footage you will see in this video is taken from this demo, which I personally enjoyed immensely. Of course, the main feature of this game is that it will transfer all the platforming joy and enemy copying of the 2D Kirby series and make it 3D with new abilities, new environments, and a new story. So, what exactly is Kirby like in 3D? Well, the answer is exactly what I expected, just like Kirby, but in 3D. There are, of course, changes. For example, Kirby can no longer just jump forever, like he usually can. Rather, he now grows tired after a certain amount of jumps. This is one of many welcome changes in Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Silly overpowered Kirby just jumping forever. This 3D adventure is quite an exciting change to the Kirby formula, but this game is still somewhat formulaic. You'll be accessing levels of a somewhat straightforward and linear nature from a hub world. Each level will have a goal, which is to rescue the caged Waddle Knees. Fortunately, these levels give you plenty of room to explore and even contain hidden secrets. In addition, Kirby retains his classic moves, one of which is his trademark skill of inhaling enemies and copying their abilities. These abilities include copy abilities returning from previous games and brand new abilities. All of these now operate in third-dimensional space, of course, and the game uses this to present new gameplay opportunities and ideas. For example, the Needle ability now allows you to roll along the ground, catching enemies and objects along the way. Besides 10 returning abilities that we have seen so far, there have been 2 brand new abilities revealed: Drill and Ranger. The Drill ability allows Kirby to attack enemies with the drill, burrowing in the ground to pop up and strike. The new Ranger ability gives Kirby a gun. Yes, you heard me right, it gives him a gun. It's not a realistic gun, of course, but rather a cartoony old blunderbuss that Kirby can mercilessly fire at his opponents. Unfortunately, neither of these are in the demo. In addition, Kirby can evolve his copy abilities to make them even more powerful, which is a brand new feature. For example, the Bomb copy ability becomes the Chain Bomb, which allows you to link multiple bombs together for an even more powerful attack. This new feature is interesting and exciting, and I will detail how you upgrade abilities shortly. In addition, another new feature is Mouthful Mode. This interesting ability allows Kirby to inhale large objects like cars and vending machines to use new powers. For example, the vending machine Mouthful Mode allows you to fire soda cans. These Mouthful Mode abilities will allow powerful new moves that are different from copy abilities. Thus, Kirby will be using copy abilities new and old, as well as the new Mouthful Mode as he makes his way through varied environments. And boy, do these environments look fascinating, though levels, again, shall be fairly linear, with each one having a set goal. This is, however, fine with me, as the environments themselves are incredible. This game takes place in a Forgotten Land, which seems to be an entirely different world from Kirby's old planet Popstar. But again, we'll discuss that later. The first world is the mysterious abandoned city area, which is a strange type of setting that we don't see often in Kirby or Nintendo games as a whole. It's quite different from your typical first Kirby world. These new environments reveal new enemies, such as the massive Buffahorn, and a new Hedgehog enemy. Will the Hedgehog perhaps give you super speed? Nah, it's probably just a Needle ability. This Forgotten City is not the only area in the game. Other areas include a beach area, a desert area, an amusement park area, a snow area, and more. All of these environments just look great, with both a majestic and mysterious vibe. And all of these environments can be enjoyed with a second player. A second player can join in as Bandana Waddle Dee. As always, Bandana Waddle Dee cannot inhale and copy enemies, but he can use his trademark spear abilities. Bandana Waddle Dee will not be the only one helping Kirby on his adventure. Kirby will be joined by a new ally, Elfilin. Rescued early in the game, Elfilin will accompany Kirby throughout his adventure, though Elfilin's full role is currently unknown. And sometimes in Kirby games, your friends end up being your enemies. Magalore. Anyway, several bosses have been revealed so far. Presumably, bosses will typically be encountered at the end of each world, but there are also several mid-bosses that are encountered more commonly. These bosses include a giant gorilla named Gorimondo, a tropical version of Wispy Woods called Tropical Woods, a tigress named Clawroline, an armadillo named Sillydillo, and King DDD himself, who appears to have been corrupted. You can battle Gorimondo in the demo, and though he is not difficult, he is a more challenging boss than your typical Kirby bosses. The 3D nature of Kirby in the Forgotten Land really allows these big, epic boss battles with a larger scope than your typical Kirby bosses. Now, what exactly do all these captured Waddle Dees and these strange bosses have to do with the plot and gameplay of Kirby in the Forgotten Land? Well, let's discuss story next. The game opens with Kirby in Dreamland on planet Popstar. He hops on his Warp Star on a lovely day, only to encounter some mysterious clouds. And then he and the denizens of Dreamland are sucked into some sort of strange, star-shaped portal. Kirby awakens. This is not Planet Popstar. This is the Forgotten Land. And to thicken the plot, Waddle Dees have been kidnapped by some new baddies, the Beast Pact. They have also captured Elfilin, but Kirby frees him in the ruins of a forgotten town, and the adventure begins. We do not know who exactly the Beast Pack are, nor what their goals might be, but we do know what happens to this forgotten town. The town becomes Waddle Dee Town as you progress through the game, and it acts as the hub of Kirby in the Forgotten Land, though sadly it is not in the demo. As you rescue more Waddle Dees on your adventure, more and more of the town opens up, giving you access to minigames and other fun activities. This town has multiple buildings and features. These include Waddle Dee Cinema, where you can view the game's cutscenes, Waddle Dee Cafe, where Kirby can play a minigame where he serves Waddle Dees food, a fishing pond where Kirby can play a fishing minigame, Waddle Dee Liveries, a building which allows you to utilize amiibo and passcodes from the demo, an item shop where you can purchase various items that will help you on your adventure, Waddle Dee's weapon shop, where Kirby can evolve his copy abilities by spending star coins. Not star coins from New Super Mario Bros., of course. Star coins in Kirby in the Forgotten Land are the main currency and are found quite commonly. A Coliseum, where you can fight bosses, including Meta Knight. A gacha machine, where you can obtain figurines that also can be obtained in levels. I hope there are plenty of these figurines in the game. You know me, I love my cornucopia of collectibles. Wise Waddle Dee, who allows you to view minigame data from around the world. Kirby's house, where Kirby can rest. And a Warp Star in the center of the town, from which you can access the world map. Certain facilities require a certain amount of Waddle Dees in order to be unlocked. It is interesting and exciting to see that this Kirby game will feature a dedicated hub, Waddle Dee Town. Overall, Waddle Dee Town seems like a very relaxing and very interesting hub that will expand over the course of the game, offering more and more activities as you rescue more and more Waddle Dees. I just want to experience it so badly, but it's not in the demo. Sadness. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is looking to be an exciting addition to Kirby's adventures, sporting 3D gameplay with new copy abilities and the new Mouthful Mode, and 2-player shenanigans, a mysterious plot with characters new and old, an expanding hub with lots to do, and a strange setting. This is the first time that I personally have been truly excited to play a Kirby game in quite some time. 3D is just what Kirby needed. Well, thank you for listening. I'll conclude this video with some more gameplay footage. Thank you for listening, and always remember, Puyo Puyo.